In a couple of my videos, I like to spill the tea on all things Harry Potter. But in this video, I'm going to be trying all of the teas by A Tale of Two Teas and their Witchcraft and Wizardry tea collection. So come on, put the kettle on because we are going to try them all. Well, hello to you and welcome back to the Greg Who Lived YouTube channel with the one, the only, the magical me. I am the Greg Who Lived, and in this video we are going to be tasting and trialing and testing some fantastic teas by A Tale of Two Teas, who were kind enough to send me this little kind of care package full of all of their witchcraft and wizardry teas. And so over the next couple of days I'm going to try them all and give you my verdict on what I think of the whole collection and which ones are my favourite. I do have a little extra helper in this video who's just got a bit camera shy. Look, who's this? He will be in the background being a bit of a nuisance, but this is his debut. Before we begin, I just have the common room notices. So if you haven't already, and come on guys, you should have by now, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at the end of this video, and I'll also post the links to some videos I think you will really enjoy and a playlist to keep you entertained. And just as magical as on YouTube, I'm also on Instagram at TheGregWhoLived, and I also have a little shop too, which is the Greg Who Lived shop, where I sell a few different pin badges and custom denim jackets. But enough about me, let's get on with the video, and we are going to be discussing A Tale of Two Teas. Now, of course, being British, I do love tea. I think it might be in our DNA, who knows? But I will admit, I'm not a fussy tea drinker. Whether it's got different types of milk in it, it's got 1 or 2 sugars, leaves the tea bag in, you take the tea bag out, I'm really not that fussy. But I do really like tea. I also really like coffee. I was lucky enough to visit one of the incredible states in China, which was the Lighting District, as part of my job. But they had some fantastic tea shops which I got to visit, and in all the restaurants that we went to, and even at the factory where I was working, they always have tea available. They have people that come around to fill up your tea because it's really important to them. So while I was there, I tried dandelion tea, daisy tea, red leaf tea, and lots of different ones. And that kind of really inspired me when I came back to try lots of different teas. So here in the UK we have lots of floral teas. There's peppermint tea, chamomile tea, lavender tea, whatever you want, we have it here. And it's always been a British thing that we love our tea. And so what's really exciting is A Tale of Two Teas, and it is combined the magical world, which we all know and very much love, and combined it with some genres of tea to create a fun little collaboration between the two worlds. And they've sent them all to me in this huge bundle. We can see they put a lovely little hand stamp on the front which says "Put the kettle on," which I love that. And as we open it up, brilliant brown packaging, easy to recycle, fantastic. But they sent me a little note on the inside. Tale of Two Teas. Dear Greg, I'm enchanted by your magical photos and hope these teas transport you to another realm. Love, Lauren. Thank you for supporting a small business. The Witchcraft and Wizardry collection aims to immerse you into the cozy common room of the magic school, each sip connecting you with the enchantment of this world. And then on the back, the Witchcraft and Wizardry collection. A mysterious letter arrives in the post, inviting you to attend a magical school in a castle hidden deep within the English countryside. Robes, owl, and wand at the ready, you board the steam train to this fantastical place. Post a photo of your tea on social media and tag us at A Tale of Two Teas to be featured. So I love the little graphic that they have within the box, and it's such a well-designed website. The Instagram page looks fantastic. Everything is very cohesive, and even the graphics on all of the teas that they've sent me are brilliant. For each pouch of tea that they come in, they are $7.99. However, you can get a bundle of 4 for a slightly cheaper price than buying them individually. And they also do the big mega bundle, which is $36.99. In this box, I have 5 different teas, and so that I can really test them out properly over the next couple of days, I am going to try them all, give my thoughts on what I think, and then I'm going to review them all in a couple of days and tell you which are my favourites, which might not be my favourites, and possibly put them in a ranked order. But the teas that we have are Gamekeeper's Hut, Butter Ale, which I'm particularly excited for, Exceptionally Ordinary, the restricted section, and then we have a sad one here called Always. So let's take a little dive and see what they're all about. The Gamekeeper's Hut. Smoke rises from the Gamekeeper's Hut, too small for its oversized inhabitant, a big man with an even bigger heart. A rich, hearty tea blend, a warming cup with malty, smoky notes. And what I love about them is they have the weight, so how much is inside, and they also have the brew time, because with different teas you need to obviously let them brew for different amounts of time to really get the flavour coming out of them. And on the back it has all the ingredients as well. And at the bottom we've got this little fun broomstick graphic. Share your cuppa and tag us at A Tale of Two Teas on social media for a chance to be featured. And I really love the simple packaging. I love that this is definitely a recyclable packaging. I really love what they have created. And that's just the first one. Up next we have Butter Ale. And this is the sweet sound of laughter between old friends, cold hands warming on a flagon of rich, creamy, golden liquid. Sweet, buttery and whimsical. Warming flavours infused with apple, cocoa nibs and marigold. And that sounds delicious. This one is brewed to 3 to 4 minutes, and this one's got a little witch hat on the back. Exceptionally Ordinary, an extraordinary soul with her head in the clouds, whimsical and gentle, yet fiercely true to herself and what she believes in. I think this might be a Luna-inspired tea. A daydream in a teacup, soul-soothing herbs, softly minty and delicately floral with a touch of tanginess. I'm hoping it's not like the Plimpy tea that the trio have to drink when they see Xenophilius Lovegood. This one is a brew time of 5 to 10 minutes, so definitely got to leave that a lot longer than some of the others. We then have the restricted section, a cloak used to conceal the wearer, their lantern illuminating ancient volumes, bound by chains and age-old incantations. Ceylon black tea, decadently infused with rich, dark chocolate chips. Oh, and finally we have Always. A silver doe, a painful memory, and an old enemy seen in a new light. True love always stands the test of time. Clean, succulent floral fruit, melon sweetness, and a touch of gentle savorousness. 3 to 4 minutes. I just think as a collection, it looks brilliant. Also, going with the packaging as well, confirmed this packaging is biodegradable. And I think they've just done a brilliant job in terms of making a brand, making it whimsical but magical, fun, easy to use, reuse, recycle. I think they've done a really good job. But of course, this is just the packets of the tea. We need to try them, and to do so, I am going to be using this. Arthur Weasley might be a little bit confused as to what exactly this is, but of course, this is how you can infuse the tea with the hot water. So you would put the teaspoons of tea into this section, fill it with water, you pop the lid on, wait for the time that says on the packet, and then you can just pour out your wonderful tea. I am very excited to be trying these teas over the next couple of days. I don't really know where to begin. They all sound really lovely, lots of different kinds of teas. They all sound different, and so I think it's going to be really interesting to see which ones I really do like, if they match up to their description, and if there's ones that I don't think are like as much that I actually really enjoy. So without giving it away, I am going to start with the Butter Ale because I'm very excited about this one. But here goes. Let's find out what they taste like. Starting with tea number 1, which is the Butter Ale tea. It smells actually quite fruity, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. It looks very interesting, but here goes. In goes the hot water into the center. And obviously you might need to change this if you do like your tea quite strong. I do, so I'm not going to pour as much water in. But already it smells amazing. And there we have it. Now we just wait. So here is the moment of truth. That is good. I am quite surprised because I thought it was going to be kind of sweet and a bit over the top, but it's really quite delicate, which I am really surprised about, but definitely has the buttery taste. It tastes really good. Up next, we have the exceptionally ordinary tea, which smells very minty. I'm not the biggest fan of peppermint tea, but it also smells very kind of floral as well. This one does take 5 to 10 minutes, so I've got a little bit of a wait. Time for the taste test. It smells good, and it smells kind of fruity. Ooh, it is quite fruity. It's another day and another tea, and this time it's the restricted section tea, which has chocolate chips in it, and even by opening the pack you can smell it. But how does it taste? Here goes for the restricted section tea, which is surprisingly quite sweet, and you can definitely taste the chocolate. So I've just come back from a run, and it's the perfect time on a Friday night to unwind, and I've got Gamekeeper's Hut, which smells a lot like tea, like ordinary tea, but it's meant to have smoky notes. So, only got to wait a couple of minutes and we'll find out. Taste time. Ooh, I think this one tastes definitely the most like a regular tea. It's nice and simple. Can definitely taste the sort of smokier bits of it. Really smooth. And so it's time to try the last tea, which is always. Here goes the final taste test. Quite subtle, but very crisp and really fresh. And so I have tasted all of the different teas, trialed them, really enjoyed them, and now I'm going to put them in my least favourite to my favourite. But before I do, can I just say that I have really enjoyed all of them. What I think I really like is that they have one with chocolate chips, they have the butterbeer one, but they also have really subtle ones. And the great thing about tea is sometimes you want quite an intense one, sometimes you just want something quite fresh. And I think the collection really offers you a lot of difference. So I would really recommend getting a few different ones to trial and test them out. But let's start at my least favourite and work to my favourite. Place number 5 is the Always tea, which, like I just said, it's really fresh. With some teas, you know, they're quite sweet if they're fruit teas. This is just very subtle. It's very tasty, but doesn't have the most flavour out of all of the teas. What I do love about tea is you can have it hot or cold, and I think this would make a really good cold brew. It was really fresh, it was very nice, but probably my least favourite out of all of them. Number 4, we have the Gamekeeper's Hut tea, which is very much like a traditional cup of tea, but you could definitely taste the sort of smoky undertones, which it did say on the description. That is very evident. I really enjoyed it. It was very much like traditional cup of tea. With all of these, you could add milk and sugar if you want to, and I'd very much like to try this rather than my tea bags. Very good, very traditional, and just a good staple tea. Number 3, we have the Exceptionally Ordinary tea, which was a beautiful colour when it brewed. It did take a little longer to brew, so that was the 5 to 10 minute one. And what I really liked about this one was it does say about the herbs and the soft mint. I am really not a huge lover of peppermint tea. I often think it tastes a lot like toothpaste. But with this, it really worked. I think because they balanced it with the florals and the mint as well. It kind of, they went really well together. It wasn't like normal peppermint tea when it's just not my thing. But it gave it a really nice sort of aftertaste. I really like this one. I think the florals worked really well together. And I think this was more like your traditional fruit teas or floral teas, but really tasty. And then we have 2 left. What is going to come first? Well, coming in at second place, we have the restricted section, which was fantastic with the little chocolate chips in it. It was very much, again, like a traditional tea, but it was just really comforting, really tasty. And I think this would be fantastic if you did want to add a little bit of milk, a little bit of sugar, and would be perfect before bed. This is just a nice calming tea, that sort of thing. But really enjoyed it, and I did love the hint of chocolate chips. So that means that number 1 is the butter ale, which smells incredible just in the bag. When you brew it, it smells so lovely and it tastes fantastic. It's again kind of like a more subtle take on butterbeer, or that kind of idea, but it was just really smooth, really gentle when you're drinking it. I absolutely loved it. Again, this would be fantastic as a hot brew or a cold brew, so I'm very excited to try this as a cold brew and see what it's like. But it just smells wonderful. Overall, this was most definitely my favourite, and if you had to get any, I would highly recommend this one. And there we have it. I have tried and tested all of the teas by A Tale of Two Teas. So I'd love to say a massive thank you to them for sending me these to test in a wonderful video for all of you. And I've really enjoyed it. It's been nice to have something different to just unboxings. I get to actually road test these and taste them, and they've all been fantastic. So if you're really interested in trying any of the teas and ordering for yourself, you can do in the description below, where I've put the link to A Tale of Two Teas and also their Instagram page. So you've heard what my favourite teas were, but what do you think would be your favourite? As usual, give this video a big thumbs up and comment your selection below. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be finishing my latest cup of tea and then trying a few more of the others. But if you'd like to stick around and watch more of my videos, you can do in this playlist, in this video, and subscribe at the bottom just here. That's all from me. Until next time, bye!